What is going on, everybody? I'm McLaren Speed Shop World Champion coming at you, and we're here with the final builds of our boy Red Purple Law, and jumping into it right away. So what you see in front of you is the build that I've been rocking with the most, that personally just fits my play style and what I like to do. But with that, I'm going to break down and show you guys four different base structures and cards you can kind of swap out and stuff like that. So we'll get into that here in a second. And yeah, overall though, this deck, the build, the structure, I've been winning a lot more games than I've been losing, and it's just really fun. I really like it because you can now just go blow for blow with any deck in the game. And I've just been having success playing this way with Law over any of the prior versions that we've done. But yeah, let's jump into it. The main things in this deck, and we'll start just kind of your opening turn. So the reason why I love this build so much better than the other ones we've done, because now it opens up so many different combos and stuff for you to look for in your opening hand. So you want your dream hand is to get any of your 3 costs, ideally Zoro, comboed with Beppo or the boys here. Even if you don't, any 3 costs with one or the other. Ideally these 2, just because you get the 2, but Beppo is fine as well because you still get the 1. So what that opens up for you is now you're not just one-dimensional on your turn 2. So your turn 2, depending on who you're going with, depending on the other cards in your hand, whether you got that draw or not, now you have the option of our regular play of attacking for 8,000 on Law, or why this is so big against decks like Sakazuki and stuff. If you play on turn 2, you're going first, you drop Zoro, and then you minus your 3 Don, and then you bring out Beppo with boys here. You have 2 characters out, and you're still able to attack. So with Law, I'd attack with Law first before doing this, but that sets it up, and Sakazuki cannot get rid of both of these characters on their second turn, because Rob Lucci is 4, they're only gonna have 4 Don, and they wouldn't be able to get rid of both of them. So yeah, that puts insane pressure on them to try to waste their resources just getting rid of 1 on their second turn. And that's what is huge, because if it all comes to worst, they'll attack you with Sakazuki minus Zoro, Juro, or one of your other 3 costs down to 2, and then if they are desperate, they'll drop Rob Lucci turn 2, and they only can get rid of 1 instead of the 2, and then you're just set up already a step ahead of them. If you're able to maintain being able to put out the characters, you already have 1 character, and then your turn 3, you're attacking with 2, and then you're going from there. And that's why I super love this deck build as it is, because it gives you those reads to be able to combo so many different things. You don't even need this Zoro. You could get Rush Zoro, combo 2. You could get Wire, and I'll get into why I've got Wire here in a second, with either of these 2 as well. And opening hand, you're looking great. And then if you don't have that, if you don't get that combo, you can still do the regular just attacking with Law for 8k and getting the sure hit, So back to our regular strategy with against some of the decks here. So it just gives you different reads to go into, and that way, so your opening game and turn 2 isn't one-dimensional, and I really love that, especially against some of the decks. But yeah, jumping into why I have Wire is to kind of counteract, and Wire has a cool ability to be able to cycle through and filter cards in your hand if you need to, and if you get them out early. And I like Wire because he's a low-cost blocker, and against every deck except for Sakazuki, comes up pretty clutch. Especially late game against RP Luffy, Whitebeard, Purple Luffy. They have no removal, so they're not getting rid of this guy. And that helps you stall things out, and especially if you combo that with Red Beam, which I treat as another blocker just for 1 Don. You can really stall out those other decks with the high power characters, and then just give yourself 1-2 extra turns of being able to try to go for kill shots. And yeah, I love that. And then I comboed it with the regular Luffy, but I'll get into the other builds and show you guys all the cards that are interchangeable. But then getting into the other main stable point of this deck, the reason I built this deck is around being able to keep up with Sakazuki's removal. So Sakazuki can remove 2 characters a turn, and with this build with RP Law, we can also do that. So we don't have the luxury of having like Rob Lucci though, like Sakazuki has, but we have Jet Pistol. And Jet Pistol mid-game, similar to Rob Lucci, removes anything your opponent's going to have. There's nothing they're going to have unless they're like ramped up Purple Luffy and they drop Kid, I guess. But anyone else is in kill shot mid-game of this. And why this is so big is you can wipe your opponent's board like with this and still save the Don and not have to minus the 3. And then your next turn, if you have Ace, you have Luffy, Kid, whatever, you can drop them and then still have leftover Don to be able to attack. And that's why I really love this. And similar to like Sakazuki, if you need to lower anybody, this comboed with a Gordon or an Otama, like you drop one of those, it puts almost every character else in the game, especially with Gordo, into the range of this. Like any person that's like 7, 8, 9,000, you can't hit that 5 Don, they're gone. And that's what I really like this card a lot, because it just helps you set up for being able to then in the end game, even though we don't have like a boss card to drop and swing for like a million, we can then just swing for multiple attacks, especially if they don't have characters out that can attack our characters. And just being able to have multiple swings, because then it also turns your characters into like blockers of your life. And why this card helps so much with that is keeping up board control and wiping your opponent's stuff. If you're going up against RP Luffy or Whitebeard, they then have to use their leader to attack your rested characters, and then they're not attacking your life. So then if you are able to maintain against those decks the 2+ life you need, it doesn't matter if they drop their boss card or not, because if you have the extra life, you're surviving the free hits that they're going to get on you. And then ideally though, you still need to get them down in life, but it just allows you to win. And I just love this. Comboed into also the other card that I think is like a staple that you need is Ace. And yeah, not having Ace's like rush ability sucks, but the minus 3,000, you get to give 2 characters minus 3,000. And mid-game, again, there's no characters your opponent's going to have that can withstand minus 3,000. And you get to minus 3,002 characters. Why this is huge, because it allows you the potential of wiping 2 characters off the board. If your opponent has a rested character, and then like they just played like a regular character, it doesn't matter if they're 6,000, they both can be 6,000. You drop Ace, minus 3,000, minus 3,000. You can then use your leader or whatever other characters you have on the board, attack the rested. They're not wasting resources to keep that alive. And then you have the minus 3,000 active character. You use Law's ability, they're gone. You bring in someone else, and then you're just overwhelming them with board control, and there's nothing your opponent can do. And that's why I think Ace is like a staple card. Also because against Enel, Ace is the only character you're going to have that is safe from Yamato if they're playing the strat of like not attacking your life. Being able to get Ace mid-game allows you to wipe out Enel's board. And then if they're doing that strat of saving Yamato to try to like on-play KO your 5-cost characters, it's not going to matter because Ace is 7. And that way you just make it so they waste like Yamato's on play, and they've wasted all their life down to 1. And if you have Ace out and plus other characters, Enel is then in a big bind, because Enel's high level Don characters don't have counter. So if they're saving those cards in their hand for like endgame to stack on you, and you are able to play Ace and call them out on that, then Enel has nothing that they're going to be able to counter out of if you're able to land the multiple blows with their last Don. So that's why I like Ace a lot. And 2, playing around like the Jet Pistol into Ace is just sick, because it allows you then to get up to multiple Don. Like you can get up to 9, 10 Don potentially with Law. And why that's also huge against like RP Luffy and Whitebeard, having all that Don allows you to then be able to attack and swing for insane high level attacks, and then you can still use your minus 3 Don late game to remove whatever. And it just gives you so much more options. You can drop, like, you don't have to be afraid to drop Fire Fist, drop Gamma Knife, whatever, because you're going to have all that Don late game to remove everything they have off the board. And I just love all these combos, and there's just so much like synergy and stuff in this deck, and it's sick. And I don't know, I just really been enjoying it a lot. And there's just so many things you can just combo with. Because, again, yeah, this card has just been clutch of being able to keep up with removal and stuff like that. And then also though too, the other like synergy combos with like Zoro, you get the extra Don, and then if you Kid, like Kid's huge because then you can play around and be super aggressive, and then minus your 3 and you get the 1, which would then save you, and then you can still have 1 for Radical Beam. So there's just so many different like combinations and stuff you can do. It just takes a lot of practice. Like this is, I'm gonna be honest, not an easy deck to use. It's not an easy deck to like drive around. It's a tough one, but like the right person can put it all together, and you can beat any deck in the game. And it's crazy because some of the decks, like if you get your ideal setup, you will absolutely smoke them. Like there's nothing they can do if you are able to like apply the pressure, especially if you have the stuff to back up, like dropping a 3 cost and then a way to like replenish your Don, like turn 2, getting out 2 characters that are going to be both threats. It's crazy. Like your opponent literally cannot keep up with that kind of momentum. And then just, yeah, being able to remove everything and keep it in control is just absolutely massive. And then, yeah, I personally, the reason why I'm running this build is I just like the added pressure of being able to use Luffy and Zoro. And that's why then I have the blocker wire. But let me jump into the other builds. If you don't like that, I got this one. So if you'd rather have the card draw, you can swap out Luffy for Queen. So that way, if you get Queen, you can then still get the draw too. And then to make up for like the offense there, I put in Heat. So then Heat, you can chain with that because like even with Queen's ability, you drop Queen minus the 1, that gets Heat up to 6,000. And I like that. And plus just the minus like 3 gets Heat up that way as well. So if you don't like playing with the rush characters, Luffy, this is like another version you can do. And then we'll jump into like the third version, which is all offense. So this one is just all out aggression. You have Heat and Luffy. This one is good. It's super good against Purple Luffy. Like this deck absolutely bodies them. Like there's nothing they can do against this deck if you get the 3-4 opening setup. It's pretty crazy. But against other decks, I don't really like it as much just because I like having, if I'm going to go aggressive with like a 5 cost, I like having a low cost blocker to be able to back that up, or vice versa. If you're gonna have Queen, I like being able to have the aggression there. And then the fourth build, just for the sickos, you can put Magellan in, just because Magellan against everybody, unless like Sakazuki bottom decks him, I guess. Magellan is just a game breaking card for especially Purple Luffy, RP Luffy, any of the ramp ups. Magellan, they have to KO, and then when they KO, they have to return 2 of their Don cards, and that just breaks the games of a lot of the top decks right now, which is like pretty fun, especially against Purple Luffy. You get this card out and drop it, and then if they have to KO it, there goes 2 of their life wasted for nothing. Like 2 of their ramped up life just gone because they have to return 2 of their Don cards. So Magellan, personally, though, I still like Luffy better just because I like their added pressure, but Magellan is a great card if you're able to get him out. Like, it's nuts. And you can combo his on play with Heat as well, because you can do the -1, bang, bang. But, yeah. So those are like the 4 main builds I got. Jump back into mine. But the also cool thing that you guys can do, you literally can mess around with the numbers on any of these cards. So as you can see, I dropped Round Table. The reason I don't have Round Table is I've built this game for us to win the beginning and the mid game. And beginning and mid game, you do not need to worry about minus 10,000. Like and then end game, the only decks running like crazy high cards like that are like RP Luffy, Purple Luffy kind of with Kaido, but like you can drop him down with our removal and still attack him, so it's not a big issue. And then I guess Katakuri with like 10 Mom. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's pretty much it of like the top decks, the biggest threats right now. No one else is running anything that's like that high that you're gonna have to like need to round table out. So I dropped the round table, add another jet pistol. However, feel free to drop jet pistol down, and then you could add another character, add another wire, or if you like heat better, add 4 heats. You can mess around if like you don't like events. You can just change the numbers around. It's fine. It's not a big deal like at all. And I just like this right now structure. I'm still working on just number balance, but right now this is what I'm rocking with and what I'm having fun with. And it's just straight up winning me a lot of games. It's pretty cool. I feel very confident with this build and like this kind of play style, just because it gives you more than one option each turn. Like you have so many combos and then things that can open up based on the stuff in your hand, and not needing to have to rely on just a one kind of thing of like only using Law's ability to remove. We now have characters that can back up and help out Law with the removal stuff and not have to waste the -3, you know, like every turn. And yeah, so this is the final builds breakdown. A bit long here. Probably try to find like one game. I want to keep this one short, but basically what my plan is over the next little bit is I'm going to crank out using like this structure. I may have some tweaks here, but all the how-to videos, like how to beat your opponents and stuff like that, are coming. Sakazuki will be the first one, like how to beat Sakazuki with this build. That'll be my next video, and I'll just go from there. Plan to make it one on all the top decks, but if there's any other ones, it just depends on if I can find like people playing the decks. But if there's any other decks you guys want me to make the how to like beat them with Law, let me know in like the comments. And as long as I can find them on the sim, it's not an issue. If I can't find them on the sim, then I probably can't make the video, because if it's like any of the obscure ones that people probably aren't going to be running, then probably won't be able to find them. But most of the top decks though, like Sakazuki, Purple Luffy, Enel, Katakuri, Whitebeard, RP Luffy, I'll make it like in depth on all of those and what you can do, what the reads, what you can expect they're gonna play based on like their hand size, based on the Dom they have in the field and stuff like that, and like what they'll try to chain into, and like how we stop that and how we can remove it and beat it. But yeah, this is the final builds. Feel free though to make any kind of adjustments, as long as you keep the core structure of like the cards. You can swap out again. A lot of the other pieces are interchangeable, and you can make it around your gameplay, which is also why I like this like structured build so much. Is like you don't have to settle in for being all aggro. If you want to be defensive, you can be defensive, and like anything, you can do whatever with RP Law, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, I'll try to find a quick game here against someone fun. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in and watching everything. It's been super cool to support on RP Law. Stuff has been amazing, and I've just really had a great time like putting all this stuff together, because I love this ability so much. It's my favorite because it's unique. No one else works around like the power stuff. And ideally though, hopefully in the future we just get reprints of cards in the game that are just heart pirates, so we can like search them, and that makes things a lot easier. But as right now, this is the build I'm at. This is where I'm having fun, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the match. All right, we got this. We got our boy we're looking for here, and end our turn there. Draw a card, draw a Don. Attack him 5-on-5. Alright, well, they do that. That's okay. They hit a little bit of a ramp here. I mean, we got a pretty okay setup for how things can go. So they have, what, 5? Alright, they do a blocker. Draw 2, trash 2. Alright, they got the Urashima build. I'm okay with that, just so we can get some stuff here. So I'm going to launch a couple attacks, draw out Don, we get another Zoro. So I can do this. Okay, that's fine. And then drop this Zoro. We'll do it again. Dang, 2 Khalifas? That's pretty annoying. Yeah, that's all I can do on that. So it wouldn't have mattered, of course. And then he gets this. So 6 on 4. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay. Interesting out of them. Doing that. So I'm at 8. We'll do this. So ace both of them. Get him into range. So he's down already to 3,000. And I'm going to get rid of both of them here. I keep one in the pocket for beam. So 5 on 3. We have a couple things. So we'll just do this. 6 on 3. They're thinking about it. Oh, they're going for it. Alright, well, if they want to do that, that's fine. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of him anyways. I'm sitting at 5. So we'll bring out these guys. Here's Zoro and call it good. And then if we can survive this turn. Alright, well, that's gonna make things stinky. But, I mean, we can survive the turn, so we're good. It's just the next turn. That's kind of the problem now. But 6 on 5. No. Block out of that. So 6 on 5 again. No. Block out of that. And then 10 and 5. Can't block out of that one. So draw a card. Alright, so I'm at 7. I can get him down to 5. So what do we have? We have Gordo. We have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rad beams, if I was able to leave them, would be clutch. So let's see how we can go about this. So if I drop him for 5, that leaves us with 2. And then I have to use that to get rid of this dude. Get him. Bring in Blocker Law. And then we'll have 1. But I'd have to... I lose Ace to Kaido probably. And then the turn after I can't get rid of... Well, I mean I could block. And then make him stacked on. And then we could maybe rad beam it if we have 1. I guess that's the play. So deploy this onto him. -3, so 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that one. Bring that in. So now I have 2 for rad beams. So I can attack him twice, maybe. So let's do that. Okay, and then we'll attack him again. Alright, well, that's all we can do with that. But he's got 7. Alright, well, that's a bit annoying. I don't think I can win here. Well, maybe. I guess if he does that. Yeah, let's go with that. Get one back for next turn. So he's attacking us. That's a bit weird. I have no idea. Not prioritizing the board control at all. So we're at 7. And I can attack 4. I gotta get him down to 2. He's got 2 cards in hand. So we could go just a bunch of 7s, I guess. Unless I want to get rid of... So what is this? Get him down to 5. Knock him out. Nah, let's just go for the game. I'm feeling... decent. So they do that. The top they could block out is 9, right? So 1, 2, 3. So do this. So 9 on 5. Okay. Then I'll attack him 9 on 5 again. Dang. Alright, and then we'll just do that. Alright, there we go. Downing Purple Luffy again. They didn't go for the board control, which is interesting to me. But I think we would have been good either way. So, but yeah, against Purple Luffy, I feel like this deck build is great. It's just red Purple Luffy where it's a lot harder now. Alright, here we go against Enel. I'm gonna keep this just because we got these guys, so we'll see if we can make it work. Might not be ideal though. Might have been a silly play out of me. TBH. Ooh, okay, never mind. We got wire. So attack them. 5 on 5. Gonna take the life. But yeah, we'll see. We're in defensive shell deck on this one, testing out. Okay, where are they gonna do that? Those freaks. So dropping wire and get to do this immediately. 1, 2, 3. Do that. Bring out our boys here. Get to draw a card, trash a card. Dang, that's kind of tough. This would have been super helpful. Do you want Bear Buddy? Yeah. I want to grab. I don't need. We'll trash Law for now. So 5 on 5. That is fine by me. That means I assume they don't have Yamato out. So they're going to try to hit the combo here, which is also okay. It's because, well, we can get one of them. We can get one of them out next turn. Oh, they didn't draw him. That's actually kind of big. So I do this for 2. Bang. Alright. Drop 1, drop him down. We get to draw 1 and then trash 1. Bear Buddy, you gotta go. You gotta go, brother. There we go with that. So let's do 6 on 5. Okay. Attack him again, 6 on 5. I have no idea why they're playing like this. 1, 2, 3. Get them. Bring our boys in. Get another setup here. Alright, Gadatsu. That kind of stinks, but what can you do about it? Knew it was coming. Oh, now we get Sanji. A little late, brother. A little late to the game on all that. So I can drop another one of these guys. It's probably the move here. We don't have the removal to get rid of Gadatsu though, so that's a bit of an issue I'm not a fan of. Okay, they're blocking again. Alright, let's throw him down. Do I want to do? No, we want to get out Kid next turn. Who's up? They're at 8. I'm at 4. So I guess they're playing super defensive. Dang. They got 2 back-to-back. Alright, that's a bit annoying. I guess I should have... Well, Sanji wouldn't have mattered. So, yeah, can't do much about that. Okay, they're attacking me, so that's actually good. It's a big mistake because I assume they got Yamato now. And I assume they want to be able to KO like anything I put out next turn. But I'll take that. Alright, so now I can finally do some stuff. So 1 minus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we gotta throw Kid down. And we gotta deploy Gordo on this one, unfortunately. And then they only have 5. So minus 3. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this guy. We gotta go bear buddy. And then do I attack him 6 on 6 though? Or do I keep this? I think we gotta just risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. He definitely can counter out though. Like a hundo P. Yeah. But we gotta burn that guy. Problem is, goes Yamato, he still can get Bear out of here. Or he's gonna Thunderbolt. Okay. Thunderbolt, and then do that. If I trash my life, he can attack twice. Can I win next turn? No. Dang it. We gotta block that one. Oh, Zoro, not what I need right now, brother. I need a way to get this card out of here. So what am I? I'm 7, they're at 10. Alright, so I could do 8, kill him. No, I need to do 7. I need 1 for a beam. I gotta combo these. I guess I'll bring both of them out. Maybe. Actually, I could bring Zoro out. Do 1, 2, 3 for Zoro. And then that leaves me with 3 to mess around with. Okay. Let's try that. 8 on 6. Okay. Nice. Me attack them. 5 on 5. Okay, they take the life, which is pretty big. I can throw Zoro down, and then we'll do this. 1, 2, 3. And bring in Law. And pray we can make it make it through the night. But if he's got Rush Enel, it's probably GG. G just filled in for us on this one. If not, I don't know, depending what they've got in their hand. Man. Alright, well, another one of those. If I trash life, they can attack. Oh wait, I can block out. So let's just, oh, Queen would have been clutch. Let's just trash it. Let's just trash it. They only have 3. Like low key. Actually, yeah, no, I have to do both. I was gonna say there's not a way for me to, because that's 8. Yeah, I can keep Sanji at least. So no blocker. Rad beam out. Alright. We got a very, very small chance here. Dang it. If I would have drew Zoro, that would have been clutch. So I put him at 7. Attack. We just gotta launch some 7 attacks. And pray. Okay. That's all we can do. If he can block any of these, he wins. Man, that's annoying. He got what he needed. I believe. Never mind, he didn't. Oh my god. What? Okay. That was. I was down and out. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But I mean, it's working. The structure of this deck. I'm able to beat Enel consistently. I just don't know what final tweaks to make. Whether defense, the card draw, might be it. But in certain situations, like Luffy and them come in clutch as well. But the structure of the deck is there. I'm just gonna leave it up to you guys, like what version you prefer, like around your playstyle. So I got the double queens and we got the wires instead of heat. So we'll see how that goes. But I kind of like wire over heat a little bit right now, just because of the card thing, and that way. I feel like with heat, if I have ace, I don't need to. If I have heat and need to save up Don, then I can't get him the 6,000. But to each their own, you know. That's kind of how it's going to work and stuff. And yeah, that was a wacky game. I definitely thought I, for the most part, lost. Like early game with all that stuff going on. But I don't know. They played weird. I did not expect that how they played, and then. I don't know why they dropped this and not Yamato. Unless they probably just got it from their life, yeah? So that makes sense. Yeah, luckily we avoided that because I thought it was over. They had just the regular big moms, but yeah, we'll take another victory against Enel. I've been feeling pretty good against Enel. At least I know what to expect. I know what they're gonna do and what their card plays are around like the stuff they have. Obviously, we got lucky a couple times in the beginning because they now have all their hollies, but they didn't early hit it. That would have been an issue for us, but I mean, that's how it goes. I'm so glad that worked out like perfectly with them yanking. I thought it was over when they got him and then yanked the Satori, but luckily the math worked out. Math was on our side, and that's why playing around like getting the extra Don is so much more helpful against Enel than playing like how we were when we first started with this. Obviously, like I wouldn't have won if I was only launching like the 5k, 6k attacks, but we had so much Don to play with and divide around. So yeah, dub against Enel, and let's keep rolling.